Welcome to ECNTRADE Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you for joining me. The Australian dollar over the last 2 consecutive days is attempting to break higher above the 73.25 resistance after hitting the high of 29 this morning. However, you can see that after many attempts back in September, the market clearly rejected this region. And I would say at this point, although the US dollar is slightly weaker, the market is likely to get into a little bit of trouble in terms of the bullish case. And we could see a bull trap. The RSI is nearly supporting divergence. Just that one more step to the upside, make a new high. Then I would say the market will fail and likely turn around and look back towards the downside. Disappointingly though, the market did fail to pull the trigger at 72.25. Therefore, the market is now attempting to take on the top side. But I feel at this point it doesn't have enough momentum to take the challenge towards 74 cents. The euro, like the Australian dollar, took on the challenge of the 117.80 trigger level to support the bearish outside range and the long-legged doji. But as you can see from the two challenges, was rejected. Now, for the last 4 consecutive days, the bulls attempting to break out into a bull case or a bull run and therefore look towards 118.85.95 or around that region where it was rejected before. I feel the market will again fail and look back towards the downside as the technical implications are somewhat less encouraging to support the upside move. So therefore I do expect to see eventually a test of 117.80. With 4 consecutive attempts at 105.50.55, the market has finally dropped away. And also with the Moderna coming out saying that their COVID-19 vaccine is around 94.5% in terms of beating the virus, and therefore could see a little bit more encouragement to see yen strength maybe. But I still feel the market's got a lot of work to do. Now, towards 104.20 may find a bullish response. And from there, could see a rejection, like previously from the attempts that you can see going back at least to around July. You look back towards that trend line, which is somewhere around 105.25 now. Still keeping your eyes on Brexit and also stories around Boris Johnson isolating himself once again because he was in contact with COVID. As being concerned from previous time that he had it. You can see the pound is trekking up, although I do feel any advances towards 132.60.70 or around that region fail. I do anticipate the market will eventually pull back towards the downside support around 128. After whipsawing, you can see that sterling yen rejected the upside challenge, and from that has left a gravestone, and also to the point the market is struggling to show any kind of upward momentum. Rejection, I would say so, and therefore does still expect to see a move towards the downside, somewhere towards 135.90, recess. Well, very whipsaw price action in gold overnight after the announcement of the Moderna vaccine. And nevertheless, the market did once again respond in front of that level of 1,850. And you can see here the market is finding a bit of support around 1,860. So obviously the bulls and the markets are well aware of this level and therefore could see maybe another test towards this region. I'm not bullish, and while the MACD is still remaining negative underneath the 0 axis and the RSI is lagging, I would not rule out another test towards that level of 60 or maybe down to 1,850. In the report, I did state that underneath 1,850 could see a 100-point drop if we see a decisive break of this level. Wrapping up with oil, well, the market wasn't as strong as the previous announcement a week ago by Pfizer in terms of their corona antivirus. Nevertheless, the market was bullish, and we're seeing a little bit more rejection from this midway point. However, struggling towards this top side here, could still see a down test towards that 38.60 level. Well, that wraps it for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and as always, look out for the intraday report. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day.